but she's become the nation's heartthrob. And when I say it with facts and figures and statistics. And I think sometimes when it happens, it can get to your head, but it hasn't got to her head. And that's the most beautiful thing about Rashmika. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. You're too kind.
But it's the truth.
Words are too kind.
No, but if I went online, you have all these beautiful things like most desirable, most beautiful. I prefer the Forbes list. That's the funner part to be in. But when you get all these lists and it's there out there, your team will say, hey, you know what? You made this list and you made that list and you're here. Apart from acting credentials, which you haven't faced failure in, how do you react to these kind of lists?
Touch wood.
Yeah,
touch wood. Thank you, God. Well, the reaction to these lists, I don't have a reaction to these lists. It's just happening, and because it's happening because of the amount of love what is pouring in, and I'm like truly, truly, really grateful because I'm just like, okay, bro, now I've gotten into the films. Now I have to make a mark here. Otherwise, there's no point of being in the, do this work or be in this field. So I'm like, everywhere I go, whatever I do, I have to create a good mark.
Do you see the other names on the list also sometimes?
Hey, of course.
Acha, okay, you're all here. And because it happens a lot, earlier, they used to pit these stars against each other, so you had box office stardom, social media currency, and desirability. So it keep going up and down. That was like a very big
combination. What is happening?
It's a big combination. That currency does work. It's not just about social media sort of added on to the power. So you have box office and then there's to be Gayab. Nobody there for a long time. Does it scare you how much people have an access to everything that you do, everywhere that you go? And obviously, when you're on the way up in the beginning, everyone wants a piece of the action. How do you handle that?
As in, see, after becoming an actor or after becoming any sort of a public figure, you can't always just want people to see the good side of you or just want them to come and watch your films in the theatre. It's not just that. Now that you're a public figure, it is called a public figure for a reason.
Yeah.
You are out there in the public. Everything you say, everything you do matters to the public, right? You're sort of like, and you're sort of like out there, right? So you can't like choose only during my film release or promotions are you going to see me, otherwise leave me alone. No, of course, like all of us have voices and all of us can say okay, now I want to sort of like, let me keep my private life private. That's an option. That's up to the individual. But when it comes to, like, example, our well-wishers out there, like, they would want to know how is your parents doing?
Yeah.
In fact, I get so many messages Babu, just take care of yourself. No, you're traveling so much, like, just please, look after yourself. I get those messages and I love those messages because, like, it's, as in, we're all working for them.
Yeah.
They're coming and watching our films and acknowledging and loving us for what we do. And I think it's something to be extremely grateful for.
You had a meteoric rise, actually, which is why I think also there's this great love and affection that's come in. Very few artists, because COVID's also eaten 2 years up, right, in the middle. Yes, of course, you're probably working and those releases did happen here sparingly.
Hardly could work, Where work?
They actually all were working online. Social media was the work. But in 3 or 4 years, it happens with some artists, when you burst onto the scene and you get the award for the very first film, critical, box office acclaim, it can make you a little nervous as to how you choose and pick films,
I think for me, it's a responsibility. It's more than, all the acknowledgement regarding the awards and everything. Yes, all of that is the perks of it.
Yeah.
But when you get this immense amount of respect and love and, acknowledgement, it's more like, okay, now I have this responsibility to live up and give the best form of work that I can do.
Correct.
So my choices in films, my choices in my performances, all matters on how much love I receive and from where I receive it. Because of course, like now I've worked in 4 industries.
Yeah.
And for every state, I've realized that the mentality and the acceptance of films are very different. So
actually, you were at a time in Kannada industries when big blockbuster box office wasn't always the norm, even 5-6 years back. Now, yes, of course, if you have a Yash, he's become, and with you coming into the Bollywood space also, But money-wise, it's always Tamil industry, Telugu industry always there. Now there's money everywhere. That's how you equate how big the industry has become. Have you now noticed similarities in the last, say, 1 or 2 years only? That everyone seems to have become similar, budgets also seem to be similar, screens seem to be similar, everything like that.
As in, for me, since the beginning, it's always been the content. Like, my debut of film was Kirik Party,
Yes.
which is just a story about college kids, what happens in the college and everything. So for us, for me especially, was always content, always entertainment. I know what I'm here for. I'm an entertainer.
Correct.
So I will talk to my people, I will entertain my people, I will make them smile, I will make them cry, I will make them go like, but I will make them feel emotions. That's my job, and I do the best that I can. But again, the budgets of the industries and everything, that is something which, you know, the producers and all of that know better. Of course, I can't talk for it. But I think now the lines of the industries are blurring.
Yeah.
That is one thing I can say for sure, is because back then when I was doing a Kannada film, it was a Kannada film.
Yeah.
When I was doing a Telugu film, it's a Telugu film. But suddenly now you do a Telugu film, yeah, Kannada film,
Released
everyone
everywhere.
are watching it. And it's released everywhere. And people are loving it because they're just like, bro, you just give us like a good film, then we'll watch it.
Do you find it strange? You don't dub for all your films, right?
I do.
You dub for all your films?
Oh, I do.
Wow.
All languages. Oh my God.
Wow,
It is
that's
stressful.
amazing. How do you get the dialect? Is your dialect perfect everywhere, or with the acting coach?
I have to have my director, my ADs sit, and they say it, I repeat it. So all my dialogues are with my emotions, of course, but they say it, I repeat it. So I'm like,
But listen, your heroine everywhere must take a long time then to dub these other dubbed versions.
dubbing is the hardest, Acting is so easy. Dubbing is like reliving the whole emotion again and getting the dialects. Sometimes your tongue don't roll only, and you're like, it's not moving only.
Listen, you're doing 4 languages. I refuse to speak in front of you because you're already in such a short span of time. You're doing, you know how high you're setting the bar, right? It's like, you know, I'm sitting on the wood only, but do you watch sports? It's like law of averages. Sometimes, after 400s, are you prepared for the 10 runs?
Oh my God, stressful, the most stressful time, I must say.
This is also got some of the people who there's only one person in our industry who every time he sits here, first I spend 2 minutes looking at him. That is Mr. Bachchan. Because I don't know why or whether I always tell him, sir, I don't know how I'm allowed to speak in front of you. Because he's such a, with Rajni sir, with Kamal Hassan sir also. With Kamal Hassan sir, when Kamal Hassan sir was sitting here, he came before time, he was sitting like this. I said, oh God, he's already sitting. Bachchan Saab is a little different. He's got a great sense of humor. And you don't seem like a person who's ever been, overawed by the occasion.
Right.
Were you like this, chilled the first time you met him?
As in, of course, I was very nervous when I met him. He's just like a huge personality for beginners. So I'm like, okay, I went to him. I remember this was 2 years back on my birthday.
Yeah.
That was the first, shot I had with Bachchan sir. And I went in front of him, and he's this, huge personality, huge aura. Like he's him.
Yeah. I know. I feel it.
You can feel
always.
it. It's not like something you see, but you just you feel the dense.
Okay, so when you're standing there, I want you to stop. What are the films that are going in your head? Have you seen the older films? Because you have like a flashback going, oh my God, this is that in your head.
More than that, you just see him and you're like, he just, because he's so tall, he ends up looking at you like this and you end up looking at him like that.
Yeah, correct.
So I'm like, hi sir, how are you?
Yeah.
My name is Rashmika. And I'm like, yes sir, hi. And before that, I'd sent him a little, bouquet because he wasn't well or something. So he wrote me a sweet letter. So the first thing
You've already got the letter?
Yeah.
Before the film started?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Normally we have to wait for the performance to get the letter from Mr. Bachchan.
No, he was so kind. He dropped me a letter and I had that, icebreaker sort of a thing. So I was like, sir, the letter was too sweet of you, too kind of you and all of that. I made a sweet conversation. And the next thing was doing these huge scenes with Bachchan sir. Like imagine having full dialogue heavy 4-5 pages ka scene in the first days of working on me.
And he's very good with dialogues. He remembers
He's
everything.
wonderful at dialogues. And he loves when he has like huge chunky scene. Otherwise, if it's just a montage, he'll be like, what am I doing here? Why are we doing this? Let's do some big scene and all of that. I know every big scene comes, my heart is like, oh, no, I have to do a good
So you're
job.
being very modest?
No, trust me. Like always the first time. No?
Inside you could be feeling, but I think you must have hit the ball out of the park.
Yeah, outside I haven't shown it. Thank God.
Every new film set, it's like that, you have to jamao your pair.
Yeah, and also when you're doing a film with such a brilliant casting, you can't look like, oh, you're nervous, or you can't look like, okay, I hope I do a good job. You have to look the part. You don't have any other choice. So the actor before Goodbye and after Goodbye, I think are two polar different.
Really?
Because I've realized that before Goodbye, of course with COVID and everything, a lot of things have changed. But before Goodbye, I would try and act, but now I'm living.
Wow.
So it's I don't know how to explain it, and of course someone will have to record me through the journey to actually see the difference. But I know as an actor, it's two different people. It's amazing.
When you say that, there was a time earlier when people used to say there was the audience's reaction and the kind of performance required in different mediums was a little different. So here, television film was different. Digital is more low-key.
Yeah.
Did you change style of acting from, say, Kannada, Telugu to Hindi?
A lot.
Yeah?
Because I didn't come from the school of acting, right? I haven't had any sort of a education when it came to acting. For me, I just was studying something extremely different and suddenly I was pulled into it. So each of my films have
you were doing psychology.
I was
She's padi likhi actress. Not everybody is, but she is.
Yeah, because in my family, it was like, you have to finish your education and after your graduation, you do whatever you want. So in my second year, I used to go and write my exams and in the night, I used to go and shoot.
Wow.
So in the last 2 years of my degree, I've sort of like done college and acting together.
Wow.
Yeah, it was extremely stressful.
But imagine the going back to college and living a normal life and all your friends saying, hey, hi.
Yeah. So after Kirik Patti released also, I was going back to college to do my exams and my teachers were like, oh, we watched a film, good film. I'm like, thank you, ma'am, thank you, very kind of you. Yeah.
So back to the question, was it tough to get into this or do you just go with an empty slate and say, oh, it's a new film,
I think I'm definitely a director's child because anything the director says, I absorb. Of course, the actor I'm acting with, I've realized matters, has a huge contribution. And for me, that matters more because I deal with energies.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, whatever director is saying, I will take that in. Of course, what my actor is giving me, I will take that in as well. So I'm a trooper. So I work like that. Everyone, like even my team, I'll be like, okay, you liked it. You're my first audience, so you tell me if you liked it. If you liked it, I'm good. I'm that person.
Do they say they don't like it? And are they still in the team?
Yes. They are the people who have to be in the team. Otherwise, if everyone says, oh, whatever you do is amazing,
She's got her priorities so right. And like I said, so quickly in the industry, man. And if you ace it in front of Mr. Bachchan, that's half your battle won also.
Yes.
There are 5-7 names across the industry, that has to, you tick mark. Rajni sir and Kamal Hassan sir. And there's so many names like that. You have to sort of do it. And the love that people have shown you has also been genuine. Have you been a little shocked at the reception in India? I mean in Bombay and Delhi and the Hindi North industry?
As in, yes, the second time I came to Bombay was when, I think after Kirik Patti, after Dear Comrade. And suddenly they were the paps capturing me and I'm like, wait, what is happening right now? Because how do you guys know me? I've not done anything here. How do you... No, man, we've watched Dear Comrade. Oh, we've watched Geeta Govindam. We've watched Kirik Patti. I'm like, Arey?
Hindi dubbed used to come so often.
Yeah. And I was I didn't know this. I wouldn't have anyone here to talk to and all of that. So I was very surprised and these boys are like, ma'am, Lily. You're my Lily. I'm like, oh, you take my heart. It's fine.
Now, when you walk in, 20 in front, 20 behind. No, but it's true. How is it now that, when you finish a Hindi film and it's about to come out, also going through the toughest time. Yes, lots of things. What I like is also because it's such a tough time, they're trying lots of new things. We're sitting on the weekend where they did the World Cinema Day, crazy collections, people went out to watch it. It's no longer, we also realize one thing. In India, it's not just about how good a film is, it's how cheap the experience is. And how they will look at the cheapest car available and the best price in that, best car in that price. That's what they do with everything.
Aren't we all the same?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So this is, I think, probably going to become a big change.
Yeah.
Lots of things are being talked about. Telugu industry said that, we'll have critics, social influencers, all these people will take a couple of day break. We will ask them, please don't ruin this. B, the exorbitant costs of stars, we might just give different inclusions. Ticket rates might change. We're in the middle of a revolution that I've not seen in Indian cinema in a very, very long time.
In a long time.
How do you react with it? How are your colleagues reacting with it? How are the people reacting
As
with it?
in right now, for me, I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see what is going to happen because all of us are in such uncertain times.
Yeah.
Everything is changing at the same time. Everything is like maybe getting better or getting, I don't know.
Yeah.
But right now, nobody can foresee it yet. But we should just wait and see. And the reaction that I'm getting around, of course, with all the films that I'm shooting and with all the co-stars and all the directors I'm working with, all of us are uncertain. So all of us have conversations about, okay, what do you think and what do you think? But this is all one man's perspective.
Yeah.
Like, of course, what is the collective perspective? We don't know yet. So just this is a waiting period. But at the same time, we are giving out the best films that we can. We are like Triple R has happened, Pushpa has happened, KGF has happened, now Brahmastra has happened. So it's huge, Vikram Vedha. So I think it's a good time for films, and at the same time, it's uncertain times. So
But that's
like
the fun part, na?
It's a mixture of emotions, I'd say, for the industry.
Long time back, there was a film named Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar. Baki sab bandar. That's what's going to happen in the next few days. Whichever film works, and that person becomes like the star. So you suddenly sign this slew of films in Hindi. Bum, 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 bum. It's like this factory that happens. Actually, it happened with you and Samantha. When they would come in, suddenly the Indian audiences knew you all, and bum, 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 all these films started coming in. So now what are you? Like, how's it going to be? How's the response been? Because obviously the producers are watching the finished cuts, raw cuts, raw footage. Bahut acha chal rahi, she's looking very good. So you're signing more and more.
Right.
So is that how the response has been with you?
I think for me, I signed Goodbye 2 years back.
Yeah.
And with COVID, it sort of like got delayed.
Yeah.
So for me, I wouldn't say like in a swarm, I just signed all these films. For me, it was all the films that I've been shooting since 2.5, 3 years has finally started to release.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
But I think it's like now I'm more so like 2 years back, I didn't know I was capable of doing a Hindi film because it's a larger market. It's
It's a cultural shift also.
Yeah, it's a tiny cultural shift also. So it's like, okay, I don't know if I'll be capable. Now I'm sitting and promoting my first straight Hindi film, So I'm
Just to add, with Mr. Bachchan.
with Mr. Bachchan.
Yeah, that's the first one. Huh?
Yeah, that's definitely the first one.
You don't have to do anything small. Are you like this in your personal world also? Are you like this? Like big, bigger, biggest and best all the time, or?
Well, gotta be. Gotta be the best at what you do. Gotta be your best at what you do. And gotta do the best of what you do. So I'm like, I think you sort of got it.
The best version of Rashmika's out. Those 2 years of COVID, were you also cooking and doing all that at home and learning all that?
I was just home alone. Imagine home alone. My parents stay in Coorg, so I was staying.
My God.
Yeah.
Were your creative juices flowing, or were you going mad? Did you watch everything that existed online?
Surprisingly, I like those 1-2 years, I don't know what I'd done.
Really?
I forgot it. I think I'd just sleep half the day, just wake up, work out, and cook and clean the house myself and all of that.
And that's really quick in your career also. It's not like, you had like a 10-15 year career.
No, it was
Were
such
you never
a
like
downer.
worried? Was there like a little stress?
No, it was just like, arey yaar, I'm wasting too much time. Arey yaar, COVID. Now go na, enough. How much will you irritate us?
Yeah, but
Enough.
now it's finally gone, official announcement. Apparently, we are now officially over with COVID.
Hey.
Yeah, the official announcement has come from WHO. So yeah, you
Yeah,
can
but
shake
hey.
Other versions will come. They'll call it something else.
Yeah, variants. Today morning I read some, in Russia there was another variant.
No,
where
Russia is giving out their own variants of everything. Forget about them. Are you prepared for the onslaught of sometimes not so kind journalists? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if they don't like it.
Hey, I've worked in 3 industries before coming here. So
You have not faced any negativity.
Hey, how do you know?
Okay, you have.
How much?
Film, you know, personal attacks are different. I'm talking about film also.
Film also.
Yeah.
How much?
They go after?
Yeah.
But
Easy.
here, you prepared? Are you thick-skinned as an actor? Sometimes I ask actors, do they become thick-skinned beyond a point of time?
I think with each film you get thicker skin, but I'm like, for me, every industry that I start, it feels like a new journey starting all over again. So for me, I don't know how ready I am for
The journalistic barrage.
yeah, I don't know how ready I am for that, but so far it's been good, it's been kind. And of course, I believe that however you are, that's what you receive. So if there is any sort of misunderstanding or if there's any sort of, okay, then it's something to work on. But till now, it's been good.
You've done this 3 times the interview. Do you actually catch hold of someone's face like that and like do this? Is that
No, that's just my expression for irritation. Like,
Before we wrap up, I've got to ask you this. There's a celebration time also that everyone does. Do you take time off after your films? Do you like to go off somewhere? Or are you like one of those actors that a Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the day of release, you like maybe don't like watch too much of what is being said?
It's interesting. Till now, through all my releases have worked. And in 4 years, I've done like I think, close to 16, 17 films.
What?
Yeah. Like in
No wonder she's on the Forbes list everywhere, in every year.
No, as in every industry, I've sort of like done 5 films.
Yeah, wow.
And now that I'm here, now I've realized that self-time is important and how, because you're constantly working, you're working, you're going on, but you're like, wait, like I don't remember what happened last 5 years, honestly. Like I used to wake up, go to work, come back, sleep. Wake up, go to work, come back and sleep. So I've realized that that's not good. Like of course you can work your, like I was
Your butt off.
say,
Yeah,
butt
you can
off.
say that. You can say that.
But I've realized that no, this is not done. You need to take time for yourself. And now for the first time, I think after the release, I'm going to take 2 days off.
And I was thinking like 2 months, 2 days.
Hey, 2 days. 2 days is a wrong time.
So that's true. I took 2 days off for my wedding. So even
What are you saying then?
No, because I didn't know what to do in the wedding only. I did all the things only. We called our friends. What are the big things you enjoyed of success of stardom? I mean, something is not standing in line ever again. Getting the best seat in the house.
Standing in line has happened because I went solo tripping in Paris.
Achha.
Not because I was a star or anything. Just because it was a massive queue. And
Solo ladki.
No. Arey, the people are not that nice also. Keep quiet. There's no difference between a woman and a man.
Yeah.
But I think because I was solo traveling, everyone are like group of 4 friends, 5 friends and all of that. And suddenly she comes outside and she's like, table for how many? And I'm like, ma'am, I'm alone. And she's like, okay, go, you can go. I'm like, you know that victory walk when everyone are looking at you?
And just give you dirty looks.
Yeah, dirty looks and victory look. I'm like,
You went solo tripping, huh?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Always.
Wow. What about the trappings of material trappings? Do you enjoy that? Cars and houses and watches and no?
Yeah, I'm a very low maintenance, yeah. You give me like one idli dosa or you give me like one pav bhaji, I'm happy.
Oh God, that means she's going to be one of those charitable ones. Khud to chahiye nahi hai. Abhi aa chuka hai, so she'll have to give it out.
No, my parents will be like, Hare, you have to save after like 40 years old. Nobody will take you into their film, so you'll have to start saving.
I don't know to tell you how old I am, so we'll continue speaking.
No, my parents are very like Yeah, they were like, know your place. You're nothing better than anyone else. You're just doing this.
I think people like me need to speak to your parents because I don't think they will stay online to see. They brought you up very well, I have to say this.
Thank
you. And I'm not speaking like a Dadaji here, but sometimes what happens is stardom can corrupt many. And maybe it does also. And I tell people also, you don't know what it is when 50 people come to say hello to you. You have 50 million coming to say hello to you from social media everywhere. Thank you so much for joining me. And I know that we're going to see a lot more of you.
Thank
and
you.
with this kind of attitude, you're going to become like the Mr. Nice person. Like how you have these Roger Federer and all these people that you can't say something bad about. I think this one is going to become one of those ones. Good luck.
Thank you. I hope.
But you need
I like that.
box office success for this one.
Yes. I hope. Watch it now. Watch it and tell me.
We unfortunately will watch it 2 days before. Free. Then we pay money later and watch it with friends and family.
See.
Bye-bye. Goodbye. Take care.
Thank you.